Marketing. It's all around us, all the time. But it can feel, well, kind of like a black box, right? Like some mysterious force pushing us to buy things. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain. Because it's not magic. It's actually a very deliberate and fascinating process that shapes pretty much every single choice we make as consumers. I mean, just think about it for a second. That phone in your pocket, the toothpaste you used this morning, your go-to coffee order. Why that one? You might think, oh, I just like it. But was it the design, the price, a story you heard about the brand? Odds are, a very smart marketing strategy guided you to that choice without you even realizing it. So, let's get into how it all works. Here's the game plan. First, we're going to bust a huge myth and figure out what marketing really is. Then, we'll look at the strategy side. How do companies find their people? After that, we'll get into the tactical playbook, the famous 4 Ps. And finally, we'll see why this whole thing is a cycle that never, ever stops. Okay, first things first. We have to clear up the biggest misconception out there. When you hear the word marketing, what pops into your head? For a lot of people, it's a TV ad, or maybe a pushy salesperson. But trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's not the whole story.
At its very core, marketing is about delivering customer satisfaction profitably. That's the key. The whole process starts and ends with one person, the customer. It's not about trying to trick someone into buying a thing they don't need. It's about understanding their needs so deeply that you create something that, well, that they can't resist.
And that's the huge difference between marketing and selling. See, selling is all about the product. It's short-term. The goal is to offload whatever the factory just made. Marketing, on the other hand, is all about the customer. It's long-term, and crucially, it starts way before a product is even made by asking, what do people actually want? Selling is just one small part of marketing, not the whole shebang.
The legendary business guru Peter Drucker just nailed it with this quote. He said, the whole point of marketing is to make selling unnecessary. To know your customer so well that the product is a perfect fit, and it just sells itself. When marketing is done right, the sell feels effortless because it's the obvious choice.
So, if it all starts with the customer, that leads to a huge question, right? I mean, there are billions of people on the planet. How on earth does a company find the right customers for their product? Well, that's where strategy comes in.
So you've got this amazing new idea. Who's it for? Is it for everybody? Nope. That's a classic mistake. If you try to be everything to everyone, you usually end up being nothing to no one. So you've got to be smart about it.
And the solution, the real secret sauce in marketing strategy, is a simple 3-letter acronym, STP. This is the bedrock framework that helps companies focus their energy and their money where it will have the biggest impact.
STP stands for Segmentation, Targeting, and Positioning. It's a super logical process. Step 1, you slice up the entire market into smaller, meaningful groups. Step 2, you choose which of those groups you're actually going to go after. And step 3, you figure out how you want that group to see and think about your product.
Let's start with segmentation. The easiest way to think about it is to imagine the whole market is a giant pie. You can't eat the whole thing. Segmentation is just the act of slicing that pie into smaller, more manageable pieces. And each slice is a group of people who have something important in common.
And you can slice that pie in all kinds of ways. You can do it by geography, where people live, by demographics, like age or income. You could use psychographics, which is all about lifestyle and personality. Or, and this one is super powerful, you can segment by behavior, specifically the benefits people are looking for. Think about toothpaste. Some people want whitening. That's a cosmetic benefit. Others want cavity protection. That's a therapeutic benefit. Boom, 2 different segments right there.
So once you've got your slices, targeting is simply the act of choosing which piece of the pie you're going to eat. Let's say we choose the whitening segment. Now comes positioning. This is the art of making sure that when your target audience thinks whitening toothpaste, your brand is the very first one that pops into their head. It's about owning a piece of real estate in their mind.
All right, so you've got your strategy locked in. You know who you're talking to and what you want them to think. So now what? How do you actually make it happen? Well, now you need the tools. And that brings us to maybe the most famous framework in all of business, the 4 Ps.
The 4 Ps are product, price, place, and promotion. Think of them as the ingredients in your recipe. The specific combination you choose is called your marketing mix. And getting this mix right is how you bring that big picture STP strategy to life in the real world. First up, product. And now, this isn't just the physical thing in the box. It's the whole bundle of benefits a customer gets. It's the features, the design, the quality, the brand name, the customer service, the packaging, all of it. It's the total solution you're offering for their problem.
Second is price. This is way more than just a number on a tag. Your price sends a powerful signal about quality and value. A super high price can scream luxury, while a low price can signal great deal. Oh, and it's got a pretty important job. It's the only one of the 4 Ps that actually brings money in. Everything else is a cost. And pricing is its own little world. You can use different plays, right? There's skimming, where you start high and lower it over time. There's value-based, where you charge what people think it's worth. And of course, there's psychological pricing. The reason almost everything costs $9.99 instead of $10. Our brains are funny.
The third P is place. This is all about access. How are you going to get your product into your customers' hands? Are you selling it in fancy boutiques, in giant warehouse stores, only online? The goal here is just to make it as easy and convenient as possible for your target customer to find and buy your stuff.
And finally, the fourth P, promotion. Okay, so this is the part that everyone thinks is marketing. This is your communication. It's the advertising, the social media posts, the PR, the sales, the coupons, the events. It's how you tell your target segment, hey, over here, I've got the perfect thing for you.
So, let's recap that playbook real quick. Product is what you're selling. Price is how much you're selling it for. Place is where customers can get it. And promotion is how they're going to hear about it. Simple questions, right? But the magic is in getting the answers to work together perfectly.
But here's the thing. You can't just set your 4 Ps, pat yourself on the back, and walk away. That's because the world, your customers, and your competitors are changing all the time. Marketing is never, ever done.
Truly great marketing is when all 4 of those Ps are working in perfect harmony, all guided by that initial STP strategy. They're totally connected. Just think about it. Imagine you decide to change your place. You stop selling in stores and go online only. That one change causes a domino effect. Your price might need to change, your promotion definitely has to shift from in-store signs to digital ads, even your product might need new packaging for shipping. It's a living, breathing system that needs constant attention and adjustment.
So, the next time you're about to buy something, just pause for a second. Try to reverse engineer it. Who do you think they're targeting with this? How do the product, the price, the place you're buying it, and the ads you saw, how do they all fit together? Now that you know the playbook, you'll start seeing the strategy everywhere.